Hello guys, welcome on board Ocean for Life, the place for boating, fishing and freediving. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ivan. Consider subscribing if you're a saltwater junkie like me. Today I want to discuss the pros and cons of being a boat owner and whether or not you should buy a boat. But first, let's roll intro. So let's get to it. I have 5 reasons why you should consider not getting a boat, and I have 4 reasons why you definitely should get a boat. I'm gonna list them all, and then you can weigh the differences and see what's right for you. At least you will have an honest opinion about owning a boat. I'm not gonna try and sell you a reality that's not there. The first reason why you may not want to have a boat is because of the time. Being a boat owner requires a lot of time. It's not just the time for using the boat, that's the pleasure time and the bonus of having it. But if you're on a tight schedule, then you may not even have time to do proper maintenance of the boat. Look after it in a winter storm, go and wax it, polish it, get the motor serviced, clean it inside, anti-fouling. There are a lot of things to owning a boat, and you have to be dedicated and be ready to go and do a little bit of maintenance at least every second week with a bit of cleaning and just general looking over the boat. Second reason not to get a boat is the cost. It's insanely expensive owning a boat. If you think owning a car is expensive, when you go to the dealership to get the maintenance done in the car, that's ridiculously cheap compared to doing the same thing on a boat. Once something is made for a boat, the price is double or quadrupled. And there are always something breaking on a boat. There is always some maintenance in the pipeline, and there's always an upgrade in the pipeline. Owning a boat is costly. There is no getting around it. You have to pay for the marina where you're gonna have it, winter storage if you take it on shore, servicing, insurance, diesel costs can be high. Some boats may use 100 liters of diesel an hour. There is the fee for using harbors in general, and just a lot of costs, and boat parts are very expensive. Third reason not to get a boat, it will give you a lot of worries. You're going to be thinking about the boat a lot. When there is a winter storm coming, when you see the forecast and there is going to be a hurricane storm, what do you do with your boat? You go and you try and tie it up as well as you can, but you're just hoping it's going to survive. There's always worries about things breaking down because you know that there is so much wear and tear, and it's just there's a lot to think about. And if you're planning on keeping things ship shape and in good condition, then you need to think about the boat. So it occupies your mind quite a bit. The fourth reason why you should not get a boat would be because of the navigation and maneuvering and handling the boat in marinas. If you're getting a 30, 40 footer, whatever size you're looking at, maybe you're fairly new to this and you arrive at the marina, then it's a bit nerve-wracking when the wind is picking up and you're drifting. The marina might be quite tight, not a lot of navigation room. It can be stressful in the beginning, and even after being an active boat user for 7 years now or 8 years, then it can still be challenging when the weather is not the best. The forces of the winds and currents are not to be joked about. It can be a lot, and when the wind picks up, you may not even be able to hold the rope to hold the boat in place. So navigation, maneuvering and handling in tight marinas, not always so easy, and it takes a bit of work to practice. Maybe you're not willing to do that. The last reason, the fifth reason to not get a boat is the commitment. Do you have the commitment to own a boat? Are your family willing to spend all the time that's required to be a boat family? Are you willing to spend the money that it's gonna take? Are you willing to do the training, do courses, VHF course, navigation course, boat handling course, whatever you need to get your skills up and running? Are you able to, and are you willing to learn how to do enough mechanics to be safe? If you have a breakdown, what if you have a faulty motor, or if you have something as simple as a clogged diesel filter and you're out in the ocean by yourself? There is nobody to help you. So you have to have the commitment, learn how to do all these things and how to be safe, and that's gonna take a bit. And it doesn't help if you're the only one in the family wanting the boat. If your wife and kids don't like it, you're probably not going to end up using the boat because you're not going to be by yourself all the time. Well, those were 5 realities of owning a boat that are not so pleasant for everybody. But obviously I own a boat, so I've come to the conclusion that I want it, and I'm willing to overcome those challenges and those costs and time and everything. But I do have 4 good reasons why you should get a boat, why you should be fighting through learning how to use it and spending the money and spending the time. Those 4 reasons are: number 1 reason to get a boat, it's an active, healthy lifestyle. It can be active and healthy. You get out in the nature, you get to go barbecuing in a nice coastline. You can go diving, free diving, fishing, overnighting in the harbors, overnighting in secluded bays and nice places that would otherwise be unavailable. Second reason to get a boat, it's soul therapy. Cruising around with a cup of coffee and enjoying sunset or sunrise, enjoying the nice scenery, and just feeling the emotion of the boat and hearing how it's plowing through the water. It's amazing. It's really worth all the effort. Third reason to get a boat, it's a lifestyle. Make a commitment to it. Go for sleepovers with your family. You're going to be close to each other. You're going to spend time when the daylight is going and it's getting dark. You're safely anchored up in the harbor. And you're going to get to spend some quality time together, away from the home, away from the everyday duties, and be out in the nice nature and be together. The lifestyle involves enjoying going down to the boat just to do a little bit of cleaning, enjoying to go down there and maybe fix the tarp a little bit, do a small little upgrades, bring a cup of coffee and just hang out in the boat. For me, 15 minutes in a boat and I can feel my shoulders are already lower. Fourth reason why you should get a boat is the satisfaction of learning something new. Satisfaction of mastering how to do the knots, how to handle your rope, how to handle a boat, how to handle the mechanics part of it that you can, and just the good feeling of having a well-maintained boat, being able to go where you want and know that you have control, know that you know how to do this. That's a very good feeling. So I hope I've given you some good pointers, some good input that you can use when evaluating if you should get a boat or not, if it's worth your time and your money to commit to being a boat owner. For most people, owning a boat seems to be too much of a commitment. Most boat owners don't use their boats very much. They're anchored up all the time, barely ever being used, and it keeps giving the boat owner a bad conscience and a bad feeling because they feel guilty not using it, and they feel guilty about all the money they're pouring into it. If you're not going to use the boat a lot, maybe you're better off having a kayak. You can get out there with no maintenance. When there's a winter storm, you know your kayak is safely stored inside or tied to something outside your house. You have no cost when you're not using it. There's no depreciation on it, and you don't have any payments to make. Just a lot easier. And in a kayak, you actually get closer to the nature. It's not like bigger boat means bigger joy. So if you just want to get out and do a little bit of barbecuing, do some quick small day trips, maybe a small boat, maybe a kayak is better for you. Once you get into a 30-footer or bigger, it takes a lot of work and takes a lot of planning. It's not just to go out and drop anchor anywhere. I have drifted on my anchor several times, and it makes for an interesting time when you have to rush and get going again. But all in all, for me, this is worth it. It brings me close to my family. It brings me close to a lot of fun activities out in the ocean with free diving and fishing, swimming, and just cruising around. And I have a very beautiful coastline where I live, and I'm gonna use it. So good luck with your decision on buying a boat. Hopefully you end up getting one, but if you're not, then at least you have been informed and you can make your own choices. Take care, guys.